Greeting folks, welcome to Restart. Today I'm going to be restarting my RuneScape journey once again. And I'm going to be starting with the membership today. And my goal with the new account will be getting the Questcape first along with the Maxscape. And we're going to be doing it as fast as possible. That's why we're starting as a female character so we can do recurrent drive. I'll be skipping tutorials since I played RuneScape before and there's going to be nothing new besides some few items that I missed out. Now starting a brand new account is very easy now. You can just copy someone's interface by pressing escape, going to edit layout, and then typing someone's name. For example, my old username Kursakuna, and that's the layout. Back, gonna go get membership about a month or so. Again, back, live spread is active, showing the total playtime, and we're gonna be going to the left to start Caucasus quest. The quest is pretty easy here. Just pick up the pot on the table, go to Lumbridge Cowfield, pick up the bucket from there, the cow prize, and there we go. For the super large egg, we have to steal it from a farmer. Now for the extra fine flour, we have to go to the windmill north from here and then pick up the wheat from the field, then speak to Miller here so she can tell us how to actually make the extra refined flour. She told us to climb up the windmill, put the wheat in the hopper, press the lever, go back down to the bottom floor, use the pot on the flour bin. There we go, the extra refined flour. Now we go back to cook and complete the quest, and that is actually his name. So didn't took that long. Now we go up the castle and bank everything in the bank. Then we go do another quest here. Hopefully there is no bug. Here we are at the Lambert Church next to the lodestone. Talk to Father Ackler here. He's gonna tell you to start Relentless Ghost. So we travel to the Lumber Swamp here. Ask Father Ern here for the Ghost Speak Amulet, so are we allowed to speak to the ghost. Then we go back to the Lumbridge Graveyard here. Open up the coffin, a ghost will spawn. Make sure you have the Ghost Speak Amulet equipped. Now talk to him. Then he'll tell us to go to the mining in the swamp area. And it took me about 30 minutes after I figured out that there is no spot for the skull because it's been bugged and had to look for the Reddit post for it. So yeah, so I just went back to the Lumbridge Graveyard to start the Blood Pack quest. It's fairly easy, just kill a bunch of NPCs, save the girl, and there we go. That's fairly quick quest. Then we go west to the Drainer Village to unlock the Lodestone. Then we're gonna be starting the Swap Away quest, and make sure you just open up the wiki since it's very useful to actually figure out how to actually solve the quest. But yeah, this quest is fairly easy. We just have to talk to the 3 witches and they'll give us a puzzle for 3 of them. So I traveled to west so we can unlock the Port Serum Lodestone, head up north into the rune shop, talk to Betty, and solve the puzzle. And her puzzle is basically putting the animal in the right place, and that's the puzzle solved. Then we go west into Remington, talk to Hetty, and yeah, this one is very brute force. Just it's different for every player, so I just stick in the label and I got it. Then after that we go back to Drainer, go to the Drainer Market, go talk to Aggie's house here. Then she's gonna tell us how to solve the puzzles. Basically a rune reference here. For anyone that doesn't know, it's a symbol, and just look at the wiki how to she solved that. After all 3 witches are solved, we just go back to Maggie's, and that's the quest complete. And you also get additional reward by drinking this cauldron 10 times, and I'll be putting it on agility, and I got myself level 2 here. Yeah, let's go north from here and start Ernest Chicken here. This quest is fairly simple. Just look up the wiki for the the title of it. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip through here because it's basically fetch quest, look for the items to actually fix this machine, and yeah, it's basically simple there. But the reward is getting better. This is actually pretty useful if you sell it in the Grand Exchange. So I went back to Lumbridge here, talked to Explore Jack next to the Lumbridge Castle, and this quest is fairly easy. We just have to solve some ice puzzle. Ice puzzle is kind of a bit hard on 3D games since you can go diagonal, but the wiki does actually tell you how to solve it, so yeah, I just use that. And after completing the quest, I got myself level 6 agility, pretty always where I put the lamp into, and unlocking Surge and Escape, and these 2 abilities are very useful going around the game. Now I filled up the bowl here with water and I traveled to the Draino village once again. Then we keep going south so we can go to the Wizard Tower so we can do another quest here. So here we are at the 2nd floor of the Wizard Tower. We're gonna be talking to Wizard Zamog here, and the imp culture is very easy. We're just gonna look for all the imps, do the favor for them, and they will throw up the beads. And we're gonna be starting at the Lumber Swamp once again in the water altar here. And this imp basically required us a hot bowl of water. So we just had to burn some logs here, heat it up, and there we go. We also got achievement for that. That's the first speed. We throw it up. Then we go east from the bridge here through Alcaret. We also got a achievement for that, going to Dark South if we go through this gate. And we also unlock this lodestone. Then we go north from here so we can go to the fire altar. Make sure you have a sword with you or any weapon so you can slay this imp, because you need to actually do that. Then we keep going up north here to the guild here, and we're gonna be starting the tutorial for archaeologically here. So we talk to the guild master here to start the tutorial, and she's gonna explain you how the tutorial works. It's fairly easy. And for anyone who doesn't know how archaeologically work, we just have to excavate the soil here, find some damaged artifact, then restore them. Then we get huge XP by doing it. Then repeat again. The damaged artifact can be restored in the archaeologically workbench here. It also required material. Make sure you scroll down to actually see all the materials. It's usually found in the soil that you've been excavating, or other items such as gems, or you can just buy it from players anyway, so you don't have to actually get it. So we got level 5 archaeologically there. Upon restoring it, then we promptly gave it to the collector here, which gave me the immortal cup and chronos, and then we offer to the monolith here so we can unlock the relic power system. This one is fairly useful. You get a lot of relic power here. Most of them are pretty decent. But for now, we got ourselves a Font of Life, which gave us extra 500 HP. Then we head back to the guild here to talk to the guild master, which allowed us to use the archaeologically shop, which I buy the free item for now since we don't have that much chrono. We return back to her to complete the tutorial, and we got ourselves an intern here, and we also got ourselves a journal so that we can quick teleport into this guild anytime we want. Then we head back north here into the earth altar so we can actually do the quest. We basically had to say nice thing for him to actually get the beat out of him. Then we head back south to west here so we can unlock the Barak lodestone. We go back, then we go to northwest so we can go look for the imp at the L altar, which probably raised him around the air altar. So I got all the 4 beads. We go back to the Wizard Guild, and that's the quest complete. Then we go back at the bottom of the tower and talk to Arena here so we can start the rune mystery quest. There's gonna be a sequel bit called the rune mystery, which we're gonna be doing back to back. So I lured a bunch of magical vortex into the center of the wizard tower here with the mind spike I pick up. Then we go back to Arena here, and which promptly required us to access the old tower, which required me to talk to all the wizards to actually figure out how to open the old tower. Wizard Alan here to tells me to search the eastmost bookcase to find the book that lead me to the key, which required me to play the piano, which pop up the key for the old tower. We went inside to the first tower. Then a rude wizard asked me a bunch of questions. It doesn't really matter which one you go with unless you want a specific title, which the wiki will tell you how to actually get those titles. Then we go inside here, and there's gonna be a bunch of magical vortex. We just have to do the same thing we did for the beginning of the quest. For that, we talked to Arena here, which required us to distract people in the wizard tower. A few cutscenes later, we head back to Arena here at the entrance of the wizard tower to complete the quest. Before I start the quest here, I have to bank everything so my inventory is empty since we're gonna need a bunch of space here. So the sequel of the rune mystery is basically the history of the runes and how they actually come to be, which I promptly just spacebar through it. So after a ritual later, there's crackling, and it gone pretty wrong here, and yeah, Arena basically saved us from the blast. Then we head back to the wizard tower, speaking to Aren here, asking for help because she's passed out. Then she spawned at the middle of the wizard tower, talking all the old wizard basically, since they are inside of our mine. So we basically just, corresponding to the runes here. Some of them are fairly simple, some of them are not. But if you're colorblind, there is a accessible button now. It's very useful. After saving her, that was the quest completed. The reward is fairly decent. We also got additional reward later on. After I got myself level 50 magic and prayer by talking to the lesser demon, and the other one gonna be required me to get 99 magic and runecraft. So I'm gonna be talking to Archmage Sindor here. So head back to Port Serum to start another quest by talking to Trader Stan here, which required me to look for members, and two of them is gonna be inside the play on portal here. Then after that we go to Remington in next to the well. Then the last one is gonna be in the Drainer village here, gonna be next to the lodestone into the pottery house upstairs. Then we go back to Trader Stan to complete the quest, which allowed us access to the Ark and gave us the teleport from the lead dungeon chest. Head north to Falador to unlock the lodestone. Travel east to Barelvich to go down to the stronghold of security to claim a bunch of rewards. Time I was here, I need to solve a question. Now we just have to click for the rewards. After that, I travel north to the stronghold of player safety to get some more rewards. Basically, we just have to find some levers, open it up, and go through the gate, and we can find the chest, and we give us gloves and XP lamp that went to agility, obviously. Sitting, I head back north to actually unlock the lodestone for Edgeville, then went back to Port Serum to start a quest. Then we're gonna be in the pub of Port Serum speaking to Red Frank, which required us to go to Karamja to get some rum. Then pick to one of the sailors to travel to Karamja. I went to the pub to buy some rum from Rumbo. Apparently we can't leave here since it's illegal to actually travel with rum. So I'll pick up some 10 bananas from the banana tree, then talk to Lucas for a job. So I place a bunch of bananas and the rum into this crate, then talk to the sailors to travel back to Port Serum. Then I went to this fishing shop here to steal some white apron, then get another job to get my rum back. And we just have to open up this crate, get the rum, then we head back to Prank, which gave us a key and the location of the map. Is found upstairs in a treasure in the Blue Inn south of Rock. It's the treasure upstairs here. We open up the key and the map basically told us to go to Falador. Digging this spot, gardener got mad and started throwing hands, so I just ran away. After the coast is clear, I went back to dig the same spot, and the reward is pretty useless here, but we still get a quest point. Bill travels east to the Grand Exchange and speak to one of the Grand Tutor here to let me use the Grand Exchange. I went back to Lumbridge Swamp here to see if the quest is fixed, and apparently it is fixed, and I didn't even check the patch note. I just gambled here, which is pretty nice of them. So we went back to the coffin and placed back the skull, and that's the quest, which is fairly nice. And we just bear the bone, get ourselves level 7 on prayer. So I decided to do some shop run to get some gold, since I'm gonna be needing a few gold to actually do Dragon Slayer. After fixing the life srit, the time should be correct now. So let's get back to completing some quests. I teleport to Falador Lodestone to go to Taverley. Here at the Taverley gate, starting another quest called the Wolf Whistle. Cross Taverley to unlock the Lodestone, then went down the well to go see what's happening. Like someone is trapped and my player character is weak, so I used the runaway technique. So I returned back to the starting quest to talk to him, which required me to get some items to make the summoning pouch. I'm gonna be talking to the shop owner next door for the white hair meat. Upstairs to search for the cluttered drawer for the pouches. Then I went to the Wild Wolf Mountain, basically up the Taverley Lodestone, and search for the dead body for the amulet. Then I returned back to the starting quest to actually create the pouch. Now ready to save someone, so we went back to the well, and that's the quest complete. And I got myself level 4 summoning and a lot of gold trying to train summoning further. Now for the Christmas quest, Violet is blue and the sequel too. first quest is basically making Violet happy by going on an adventure, which we put some snow in a headless column, then make some snowman to make the lake a bit sturdier, then push her across the ice, then we make some sled to go down the mountain into the Yeti town. And it's the quest completed. Of course, I put every lamp into agility, getting myself to level 20, and I can get additional rewards when I get myself 20 to all skill, followed by 40, 60, and 80 by looking for the frozen imp in the Yeti town. The goal is basically me, Violet, helping out the Yeti town for Christmas, fixing the burnt tree, putting decoration across the village, then for the naughty and nice list, followed by putting an ornament upon the tree. That's the quest complete. All the lamps went into Herblore, getting myself to level 28. And I went back to Taverley to start another quest. And this time, the quest is pretty gross. Before we talk to Neil, we need to gather some items for the quest. All the items complete, we talk to Neil. We basically have to go to the windmill, and we're gonna be making another flower here. This time we're gonna be putting some bait with the wheat. It turned out to be a disgusting flower here. Then turn to Neil here, which probably gave me some special pie shell. Go to the cow field, put some crayfish on the ground, and get some disgusting moist decay crayfish. Then I go up to the snow area, put some raw potato in the hole, some filthy sweet potato back. Then we head to the oven so we can cook the disgusting pie. Pie is almost ready, but we need some spices, which I probably stole from this guy. Then we went upstairs to the building next to the lodestone and serve it to this guy. We're gonna be skipping to the gross section here. After talking to Neil, we went upstairs again to loot the chest. And when you talk to this NPC, you'll see how much damage it is. I returned to Neil, which gave me a letter requiring me to give it to Pierre here. Then we speak back to Neil here, gave us the reward, pretty decent. I got myself level 5 cooking, along with level 2 thieving, and I got myself the expensive spices, pretty okay. Mostly used for like extra HP since it gives you 50 when you use all foods. Travel north to the druid area here to start the druid ritual quest, and he required me to make a potion for the ritual, which I need to speak to Stu for the ingredients. So I went down south to fish for the stonefish, the top wormwood from the strange plant here. Then I travel north back to the druid ritual here. On cave, we went side, and then we traveled to the waterfall here, put some vial in it to get the living waterwood. Then I descaled the stonefish. Then we returned to Stu, make the potion. Then we fish up the quest by going back to the beginning area, and I got myself level 29 herblore. Bringing supplies for herblore. I went up north to empty my inventory next to the Abertrop lodestone here. Then I pick up 2 free items from multiple strangers here. One of them is a hoodie that let me teleport to the wizard tower unlimitedly. Try one, but limited per day. Then I got myself a special axe. When cutting trees or mining, I got a chance to get some special items. Now I'm gonna be speaking to the commander to start the quest Death Plateau. He required me to find a way to ambush the troll. So I went east to actually travel to the wall here that's damaged, into the cave, and asked Sobot here. He told me to ask his wife to get the boots and the map. But the wife did give me the boots, but I need to actually put a spike on it. So I traveled back to Bertrop here, and I forgot to unlock the lodestone, so I'm gonna be walking a long way. Now I got the lodestone unlocked here. I went to Dalkin here to ask him to put a spike on it. After that, I returned to Fredo and get my fresh copy of the survey. Then I went back to Sabot's cave and dig east to the wall here. Then I traveled to the cave and exit to the Death Plateau here, which I probably get attacked by the troll. So my dumbass forget to actually search legacy mode, and knowing that, I was lazy to put some abilities in my ability bar, so I'm gonna be manually casting it using the magic book here. And that fight was extremely close here, and I returned back to the commander and finished at the quest. And the quest reward isn't that bad. I also can get additional quests if I talk to him again, and doing the delivery task I can do it up to 5 times, which I promptly do. And after the second time here, I cannot go further since it required me to get a combat level. So I put all the XP lamp on farming, got myself to level 5. I guess it's time to train my combat here, since I'm gonna be needing a lot of levels to do Dragon Slayer quests, and those skills gonna be magic, defense, constitution, and prayer. And magic is my main combat style to actually do the Dragon Slayer quests. Then my defense is gonna be required for me to actually use high level gear, and my constitution obviously gonna be my HP, so I need it high also. Along with that is gonna be for prayer, since we can need to have protection magic for dragons. So let's start with magic here. So I decided to kill some chickens since they are decent money. Now after a couple of whiles of banking here, I regret keeping the bones. Instead, I should have just buried them since I need the high level prayer anyway. But my logic was, I need some money and stuff like that, and I shouldn't have wasted my time doing that, to be honest with you. But yeah, after a couple levels here, I finally got myself level 20 magic. Now to actually switch to defense XP, go to your setting, gameplay, skill, and experience, and to combat, and we're gonna be switching it to defense here so we can gain the levels. After killing a lot of chickens, I finally got myself level 20 defense. I think it's time to actually change up here since it's kind of wasted my time killing chickens, and I think there's better money making out there, to be honest with you. Here we are, the grinding chain. I'm basically gonna be selling everything that I don't need, and let's try a non-combat training method to actually level up my magic here. And a lot of people overlook this, but casting spell does give you XP, and there's a lot of good stuff here, and some of them are profitable too. Problem is we're gonna be needing runes to actually cast them, and starting with that, we barely have any money at the start here. But we can just use elemental staff to actually ignore the runes. Let's try this method here, turning bones to banana. The spell required 2 water runes, 2 earth runes, and 1 nature runes. And for now, I'll be using the water staff since the math staff required me to have level 30 magic to actually equip. Wow, after a few minutes here, casting bones to banana, I got myself 6 levels on magic. Now to actually sell the bananas and buy some more supplies to actually train magic here. Since the supplies are slowly buying, I'm gonna train my defense. Now training defense usually conjunction with the style that you like to use. Defense is basically the armor for your style. For example, I want to use magic here. I'm gonna need to actually train my defense to equip certain magic armor, since they are required me to have magic and defense to actually equip those armor. So that's why we are in this cave training magic. This place is the best way to actually train the original combat style, melee, magic, and range. For melee, we don't need to worry about that since we can just do the waterfall quest. Troll is fairly easy to kill. It only take a few hits before they are down. Before necromancy, legacy mode was the best way to actually kill them, but they changed how combat works, and yeah, they increase a bunch of mobs HP. After an hour or so, I finally got myself level 30 defense here, along with 15 prayer by burying the bones, and I decided to actually switch to the magic so we can get to level 30. After 90 minutes or so, I finally got myself level 40 in magic by using the spell bone to banana. Then 45 minutes later, finally got myself level 45 magic. After selling the last set of bananas I have, I got my first 10 million gold, which I promptly wasted on alchemists. For getting that high alchemy required level 55 magic. So let me introduce you a 1-button magic training method here. You're gonna be needing a lot of air runes followed by law runes. We can substitute the air runes by using an air stand, and that 1-button training method is teleporting to Camelot. Every time I press this button, I gain 55 magic XP, and according to the wiki, it's 111k per hour. Well, who knows, it could be a false there, but I did get myself level 55 magic within an hour. Now I can finally buy a fire staff and start alching. After an hour later, I got myself level 3 magic by doing high alchemy. And it seems pretty slow, so I'm going back to teleporting to Camelot to get myself level 60 magic here. And I went back to Grand Exchange to buy some pure essence to start using the Wicked Hood. And the Wicked Hood basically gave me 2 free teleport to any altar that I want. For some odd reason, the XP got delayed. I got myself level 10 rune crafting here. So I decided to purchase all the supplies that I would be needing to train defense. But first, we're gonna be buying my armor to the magic armor shop, which promptly got myself a bad armor here. Then I purchased this level 60 magic weapon from the Grand Exchange. Then I bought myself a obsidian cape, amulet of fury, and ring of fortune to boost my damage even further. Plus the ring of fortune will allow me to teleport to Grand Exchange unlimitedly. So I got all the items ready to go. We teleport to Sears village by using the lodestone. Then I go south to the Arduin to unlock the Arduin lodestone. Then I keep traveling south to Yanil to unlock that lodestone. Then I go west to kill some ogre, which probably give me defense XP since I already switched it to it. And this ogre is pretty tough here since my defense is pretty low. And I forgot to get myself a healing item. So I quickly go to the Grand Exchange by using my ring of fortune. And I bought some green jellyfish here. Since it only required me level 20 constitution to get the full amount. This green jellyfish is very powerful since it gave you 500 HP per bite. The full amount is 1500, and to get a 1500 is not be available until I got myself levels constitution, and that would be catfish. So I went back to Yanil to kill some more ogres here. After a couple minutes here, I got myself level 30 constitution. Then a few more minutes, I got myself a 40 defense. And a couple more minutes, I got myself level 20 prayer. Then 80 minutes later, I got myself 50 defense along with 40 constitution. Then after that, I went to do some dailies since I need to go to sleep. Most of the time, I won't be recording my dailies here unless I get some levels. And most of the daily run would be doing shop runs, like buying some feathers, runes, and water vial. And now I'm gonna be doing rune crafting with Wicked Hood. So I went to Caterpie here, trying to figure out if there's a feather shop. Apparently there wasn't, so I wasted time. But I did unlock the Caterpie lodestone here, which is located southeast of Sears village. Then I traveled to Port Sarim to go to the Arc Island. Since the Arc Island will provide me a lot of skilling methods at the higher up, and nowadays it's gonna be completion requirement. And the reason for that is to do this supply here. I need to do it 4 times, and I don't have to go back here for a long time. Here I'm at, back to Yano here, killing some ogres, trying to get myself level 60 defense. After a couple hours, I got myself level 50 constitution, 60 defense, along with 70 combat in total. Now I'm going to get 3 more levels by unlocking protection magic. So I'm gonna be trying out instant stick here. So it was a pretty slow method here. It wasn't that good. You get more fire making done, rare XP since it's double. But the good part is I got myself level 17 fire making along with making some GP. So we're gonna be trying out the wilderness method here. I'm gonna be needing some air bones and heading there. Now the wilderness is located north from the Edgeville or Grand Exchange. Once we entered the wilderness for the first time, I got myself achievements. Then we keep heading north here to unlock the wilderness lodestone. Then we travel southeast to the Chaos Altar. This altar is pretty good XP, especially for low levels, and you can offer any bone you like. And once you offer your first bone, you'll get an achievement. And for 1 inventory of air bones, I got 5 levels, so that's pretty good XP there. So I decided to unlock all the protection prayers, so we're gonna be going up to necromancy. And if you check your bank through this guy, you will get an achievement. So we're definitely gonna be completing the easy task for the wilderness achievements. So after buying some air bones here, I went back to the chaos altar and started actually offering them. After a while, I got myself 46 prayer. Now for the easy wilderness task achievements. And you're gonna be needing some food and some armor so you can protect yourself from the skeleton. And we're gonna be heading southeast from the chaos altar or north from the Fort Harin. And here we are. We're gonna be pressing this lever, then going up, pressing that lever, then going back down to press lever 10 times. After a while here, I was struggling. I was just spamming food because the skeleton hits quite a lot. I finally got the achievement. Now we had to enter to a chaos tunnel and generally located around Edgeville. That's like crack on the ground, so we just had to enter it, and that's the achievement. For the last two achievements, we're gonna be needing to talk to Vala here around the bridge of the Grand Exchange here, and yeah, there we go. We got one achievement asking her the wilderness. Then we read this death list here next to her, and that's the achievement complete for the wilderness tab. At the middle of Edgeville, we talk to Mr. X to get the easy wilderness reward. I get 2 lamp granting me any XP for level 30 or higher above. Sadly, my only level 30 or higher skill is mostly combat, so I'm gonna get myself the Herb Lord to be 30 here. And after making a bunch of attack potion here, I finally got myself level 30 and promptly put the 2 XP lamp into Herb Lore. Got myself level 38. So I upgraded my armor to Mystic Grove here since the level 60 armor is pretty expensive, and this tier 50 armor will be used for necromancy anyway to destroy them. So the only requirement to actually complete Dragon Slayer quest is 6 quest points left, and there's gonna be 2 quests that's gonna be easy and it gives you a lot of quest points, and that quest will be Vampire Slayer along with Goblin Diplomacy. Now Vampire Slayer is fairly easy. Just have to talk to Morgan at Drainer Village here, starting the quest, then loot the desk upstairs for the garlic, then buy a drink from this guy in the Blue Moon Inn at Varrock for the steak and hammer. Then we head to Drainer Manor, go east from there, and go downstairs and fight the vampire opening up this coffin. It's fairly easy since I'm already high level, and a couple hits later, it's fairly gone now. Now we head back to Morgan, get the reward, and that's 3 quest points, and the lamp is fairly small XP. For the Goblin Diplomacy here, I need blue dye, red dye, and yellow dye. I could have just bought this in the GE, but I will show you how to actually get them for cheap. To go to Faldor Park here, talk to this gardener, buy 2 wood leaf, so you're gonna be needing that. It's only 25 coins. Then we head to Varrock Mine here, picking up some red berry bushes. Sure you grab 3 of them. Then we head to the Drainer Village here, picking up some onion next to the bank. Make sure you get 2 of them. Now we talk to Angie here, converting all the items to dye. The wood leaf would be blue dye, the red berries for red dye, along with the onion for the yellow dye. Now we head to Goblin Village, located above Faldor here. We just had to talk to this goblin, and both required me to get Goblin Mail, which is located around the Goblin Village anyway. So we just grab 1 of each here, 1 here, another one here, then another one here. Now we're gonna be putting blue dye for 1 of them. Then we combine the yellow and the red dye to make orange and put 1 of the mail in there. And then we head back to them. We use 1 of the orange mail for the goblin, then the blue one, then the plain one, and that's where they landed there. And I got my quest point, fairly easy. Now for Dragon Slayer quest, I finally got all the requirements to actually start the quest and also finish the quest here. We head to the Champion Guild to talk to the guild master here, south at Varrock, to start the Dragon Slayer quest. He required us to get myself a rune plate body from Ozak. So it's in Edgeville here. Talk to him. We got ourselves a quest now. It's gonna be slaying the dragon. Now we head back to the guild master. Talk about how to kill the Elvarg here. So he required me to find the 3-piece, a captain, a ship, and a protection against dragon fire. So we head to Remington here, go to this house, and we're gonna be solving a maze. It's fairly easy. Kill the monster, pick up the key that it dropped, and open up the right door. Now the right door is fairly easy. We just have to look at the wiki which one is which here. You just have to follow it and that's basically the maze. It's fairly easy, and yeah, we get the first map here. Now I head to Ice Mountain here, located next to Edgeville, east from it. Then we go up here. Then we talk to the Oracle. Ask her where is the piece located, which in the bottom here we have to go down to the dwarf area. Here we are, the dwarf. Now we just go to this door here, which required me to get unfired ball, followed by wizard mind bomb, a lobster or a crayfish cage, and a silk. Just put them in order, and that's the door open there. Now we acquired the second piece. Now we head to Lumbridge for the protection for dragons, and we talked to the Duke here. We got some achievements and also another achievement for entering it, and asked him for the shield. Now we head back to Port Sarim here, getting the last piece of the map along with the ship. Now we go to the jail here, talk to the goblin for the last piece. You can pay him 10 gold or you can just slay him. Now we just have to drop an item to actually early loot the map. Now we go to the dock here, king this person for the ship, which we happily do. Now we repair it with the item that we have in our inventory already. The only thing we need is a captain, which is located at the Drainer village here, and we asked Ned here to actually help us to sell to Crandor. Hopefully nothing bad going to happen here. And a couple shipwreck later, we are in Crandor. We just have to head inside the mountain, and here we are inside the mountain. We're gonna be going across to this fit, fighting Elvarg. Make sure you have the dragon shield equipped, protection magic, and it's time for the fight. And it wasn't for long, I finally got myself a dragon head from him. Before we head back to Ozak here, we have to get some achievements done. We go to this door here. We got myself achievement when we exit this cave to get myself the Kramja load zone here. Just to go east from there into this fence and go south. There we go. Now we head back. We complete the quest here. We show them the head of the dragon. Now I'm able to equip the rune plate body and also got myself 2 lamps, and they required 40 defense and 40 strength to actually use. Sadly, I cannot use the 40 strength since I don't have the requirement for it. So I'm just gonna be destroying it and claim it later. And before we finish it up here, we have to do some Deflato run since I forgot to actually finish that. And after the last run completed, I finally done. Now I put everything in Herblore here and got myself 39. Happy holiday, Merry Christmas, and whatever it is today. Yeah, got some cool stuff. Dragon Slayer completed along with 60 defense and 60 magic. And also made myself 10 mil. And for anyone that's watching this late, make sure you comment on the description. Cynic will.